up, ladies and gentlemen? The Sun Devils got it done. My goodness, we got a lot to get into today. Welcome. Done. Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. I am Anthony Totri, joined, as always, by Shawn DePaz.
Yeah, I am.
Normally, I have an answer for where Shane Diefenbach is tonight. I don't know where he is tonight. He's probably doing some work. It's what he does. It's what he does. Guys,
he was editing.
It is time to meet us on Mill because Arizona State found a way to get it done tonight in California, beating the Stanford Cardinal 69-65. Nice. Lot to get into. This game, it did not feel like a dub. It did not throughout, I would say, probably 95% of this game. So we've got that to address. We've got the fact that this team keeps its NCAA tournament bid hopes alive. Frankie Collins, DJ Horn, Duke Brennan all put in a lot of work tonight. So we're going to get to them a little bit later in the show as well. Also, shout out ASU softball. Got their first dub of the season today, 6-3 in game one, and they're currently dominating SDSU. I think it's 6-1 or 8-1 right now?
8-1. Yep.
8-1 right now over SDSU. So shout out ASU softball as well. Wow, words are hard. Shawn, what do you think getting back in the win column tonight? 17th dub of the season for Arizona State.
It kind of felt like this week, which is to say that it felt terrible, and I thought there was no way we survive this. We're dead. Everything is terrible. The world is burning to the ground. I want to punch something. Espo and I almost threw hands earlier because I needed to punch somebody to get some anger out, and he needed to get punched to feel something. We didn't get to that point. We did not throw hands, but I was ready, which just shows you my mental state this week. And then the Sun Devils come and do this bullshit, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. But just like me, just like everybody else has been working hard this week, we made it. We survived. And honestly, all that really matters. It didn't feel like they deserved the win, but win's a win. A win's a win. And like you said, the tournament's hopes are still alive. I'll take it any day of the week, especially considering what happened the last time they played
the Cardinal.
Here.
Oh, for everybody on audio, he's pulling out his Pac-12 tournament t-shirt.
Which I did not think about when I put it on. So there was a chance that was going to go really bad. But it didn't. We got the dub, and that's really all that matters. I'll take it.
Yeah. Over the course of the last handful of games, I think the story has... You've been able to find this story in the last handful of minutes in these games, right? Whether it be great for ASU or poor for ASU, the same can be said tonight, right? You look at the last 4 minutes and change of this game. Stanford did not score a single point in the last 4 minutes and 5 seconds. ASU, on the other hand, went on an 8-0 run over the last 2:20. Then you look back at the Stanford numbers, obviously them not scoring in that 4 minutes and change, went 0 of their last 4 from the field, 2 of their last 10, and then again, that scoring drought of 4 minutes and 5 seconds. We've talked about it all season long, man, and they talk about it on the broadcast. It's the defense that really gets this team back in games, right? Yeah. Until their offense can figure it out, it is what gets them to the end.
Yeah. Devil's Digest just tweeted out that ASU is one of only six of 76 Power 6 teams, which is the Power 5 in the Big East, to have forced double-digit turnovers in each conference game this year.
Wow.
ASU has forced double-digit turnovers in 17 consecutive conference games dating back to last season, the most in the Pac-12 in that span. This is what this team is. It's the only reason that they even have tournament hopes, because when they play really bad offensive basketball, they are in games. They just need a stretch, which they seem to get. I remember seeing something not too long ago. ASU is one of the most, I guess, volatile teams in the country in the sense that they have one of the highest propensities of any team in the country to go on runs while also give up big runs. I don't know if I explained that well, but they are a team that can go on runs and also get ran on, I guess. I don't know.
Are you getting ran on?
Yeah, it's not football. Relax. Relax. Relax.
Okay. Do you want to say it for Side Tripping with Carrie in the chat?
Oh, yeah. Shout out Side Tripping with Carrie. Fuck the Stanford tree. Fuck. It's red and black now? What the fuck are we doing? Can you explain to me what the Stanford tree was? Because it's always on some bullshit. Like, it's a dumbass elementary school art time, like craft time school project. It's bullshit. It's a dumb mascot.
Popsicle sticks.
It's popsicle sticks and paper mache. It's bullshit. It's stupid. I hate it. This year it comes up with all this red and black. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing?
You're supposed to be smart over there.
That's true. That's true.
They're a bunch of engineers. They have no actual creativity. Sorry, Emma. You're creative.
I mean, I would expect them to build a better tree than whatever the fuck that is.
Well, it's structurally intact, I'm sure, but it's ugly.
Yeah. That kind of fits the build of Stanford, right?
Oh, yeah. Structurally intact, but ugly.
All right, let's get into the numbers of tonight's game. Obviously, the only one that matters is that final score, 69-65 in favor of the Sun Devils. A lot of these numbers, giant discrepancies.
Yeah.
The field goal percentage, though, not one of them. 41.5% shooting for ASU, 37.1% for Stanford. Now you get to the discrepancies here. Stanford shooting much better than ASU from behind the arc, 41% to ASU's 30%. The block numbers, 8 for the Sun Devils, just 1 for the Stanford Cardinal, which is interesting considering that ASU was without 7-footer Warren Washington tonight, and Stanford has a lot of size. You look at the assist numbers in favor of the Cardinal, 17-6. Shawn, which one stands out to you?
The blocks, for sure. Blocks, I mean, obviously those last two. I think they're both pretty indicative of what this team is. They are really good defensively, and they're really poor offensively. They're not great at moving the ball, but they're really good at stopping you from moving the ball. I didn't even realize this. First off, half of those blocks are from Devin Cambridge, who had a double-double tonight. He had a 10-rebound double-double, which I literally didn't even realize. And he shot 50% from the field. He didn't get bottle service. I'll ruin it. He probably should have. But, yeah, I mean, it's frustrating that this team is so predictable in the sense that you know every time that they're not going to produce offensively, that they're going to produce defensively. They got it done. I mean, you mentioning the fact that they were able to get those blocks without Warren Washington, I think you saw that from Devin and Duke.
Duke played a big role tonight.
This team, I mean, I've been critical of all the praise that this team gets for their depth because I don't know how legitimately deep they are. Looking at you, Alonzo Gaffney. But this show that you lose a guy that seems rather irreplaceable, you don't have another 7-footer like you do Warren Washington.
Yeah.
Devin and Duke showed up. I believe we're going to talk about Duke a little later, right?
Yeah.
I won't get on that soapbox yet.
Not yet, but you will. Don't worry about it. Another big stat tonight that we didn't really incorporate in those by the numbers. Talk about the block numbers without the size of Warren Washington. Another big stat tonight without Warren Washington is 14 offensive rebounds for Arizona State. I can't remember a time when they've had 14 offensive rebounds this season.
Yeah.
So it was just nice for them to get those second chance opportunities, you know?
Yeah. Can I read you a text that I got from two of my friends?
Oh, God.
My friend, Kenny, said, solid win from ASU. And then my friend Prince responded, as Aaron Rodgers would say, they need to run the table if they want to make it to the big dance, and then followed it up with saying, they spent a month bullshitting, which is so accurate. They really just spent a month fucking around.
And now you know what they're going to do? They're going to beat Cal. They're going to beat Colorado. They're going to beat Utah. And then you're going to get to those stretch of games and you're going to be like, wait, they're going to give you hope.
A chance.
Yeah.
And the worst part, too, is do they play UCLA or Arizona first? I can't remember.
I believe they play Arizona first.
Okay, never mind. If they played UCLA first, that I was going to be like, oh, they're going to play UCLA really, really tough and really close because they always do. And you're going to be like, oh, man, watch out, U of A. This team's feeling good. And then sure enough, they're going to get shit on.
Yeah, side tripping with Carrie in the chat brings up a point that we've talked about off air a lot is Nunez needs to let it fly more is what he's saying. And I feel the same. I feel like sometimes Nunez has the capability of just I don't want to say he's nervous, but it's Ben Simmons like. He doesn't want to be the guy to take that shot.
I won't call him Ben Simmons. Like, I'm going to compare this to
Ben Simmons like tendency.
Yeah, I'm going to compare him to a guy that this comparison probably won't hit for a lot of people, and this is bad podcasting, but whatever. Matthias Michelli. They talk about it a lot with the Coyotes, a rookie who passed the ball way too much, passed up opportunities to shoot way too much. And the reason that they talked about with him a lot of times is, he's young. He feels like he needs to defer to some of the older guys, some of the leaders on the team. Which, sure, like, right, we don't want you to be a ball hog or whatever, but you're Matthias Michelli, Austin Nunez, really talented kid. Like, you need to play, not necessarily play with more confidence, but maybe play a little more selfish. Yeah. Because you have the talent to be a major contributor, and we see that at times, like when you are on the second unit, for example, and you are like one of those guys out there, he's less likely to defer, and he can produce.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see him to do that a little more today, playing with the starters. It was that whole him starting was odd because he was in for like a minute and a half.
He was in for like 90 seconds.
Yeah,
and then Devin came in.
Seemed like a weird choice to do that. Whatever, it ended up working, obviously. But yeah, Austin definitely. I would like to see him be a little more selfless at times.
Yeah, we got a lot to get into still. Bottle service is coming up, but while we're talking about alcohol, I want to tell you guys about Four Peaks. My goodness, if you guys watched this game from start to finish, I hope you had a drink because it definitely deserved it. Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to try Arizona's #1 wheat ale in Wow Wheat, then come on down to Old Town Boondocks for the Tailgate Time Machine. Saturday, February 11th, try Four Peaks' newest innovation. It's packed full of Arizona citrus flavor, perfect for light drinking in the desert sun. Just remember, though, you do got to be 21 or older to enjoy responsibly.
I hate ads.
You hate ads?
Because I feel like there's no way, like, they always sound like ads. And I don't know if the people believe us.
Yeah, that's true.
But like legit, wow, goated. Like it is genuinely.
It's my favorite.
I'm not gonna like. There's a lot of beers I like. If you know where I'm from, I'm not gonna say the name. There's a beer out there, Blue Light, probably my favorite beer. I love it. Wow is like it's the fucking 1A 1B. Like it's legitimately my favorite beer. Like legitimately, fuck PHNX. Fuck the fact that they pay us. Wow was genuinely one of my favorite beers. And, fuck PHNX, fuck the fact that they pay us. Burrito Express is genuinely my favorite burrito on the planet.
That's
and
true.
To get to my point about how we're not talking, we don't just do this because they're paying us. Earlier, Totri said, I really want a fucking burrito from Burrito Express right now. He said those exact words for no reason. Other than the fact that he just genuinely wanted a burrito.
At like 8:30 on a Thursday night.
I try to tell y'all, just do it. Just listen to us. Like, we don't do this because we're getting paid. We do it because we believe in it.
Oh, yeah. It's good.
Burrito Express, they genuinely have the best burritos on the planet. And if you buy a $25 Burrito Express gift card, you get a free burrito.
Yes, you do.
So head over to your favorite, your nearby, head over to your closest Burrito Express location and get it in you.
Burrito Express?
Get it in you.
There you go. Let's get into bottle service. Why don't we? A lot of potential candidates tonight. We've already talked about how it's not Devin Cambridge, but it is DJ Horn. 18 points, 6 boards, 2 steals, and I will say 2 very clutch free throws down the line, sinking them both to put ASU up 2 possessions in those final few seconds. Absolutely a great confidence-building game, I feel like, for DJ Horn.
Yeah, 100%. And like you said, there's other guys that definitely could have gotten this. We talked about Frankie originally, 15 points of his own. Obviously, Dev has a double-double. But obviously, DJ led the team in scoring, led the team in second in rebounds behind Dev, who had 10. Had 2 steals, led the team in steals. But to me, what's important about this is that we now have 2 games in a row of DJ playing good basketball at like the last second. Like we needed him to start. He could not have chosen a better time to start playing good basketball.
Absolutely.
And that just put, despite the fact that this game gave me very little confidence in this team, to be honest, it's given me, these last 2 games have given me a lot of confidence in DJ that he started to figure it out because we knew that he had talent. We've talked about it consistently. We knew he was capable of doing this, and it was just so frustrating, and you couldn't help but start to lose hope in DJ.
Yeah.
And at the 11th hour, he's turned it back on. Not to say he can't disappear again, because again, this is kind of what DJ is as a player, but to show us again that don't forget who I am. I'm DJ Horn. And I can ball. That it's very nice. It feels very good.
Absolutely. A couple comments in the chat I want to get to. Austin, my boy in the chat, hashtag horned up for Horn.
Jesus.
Yes, sir. Jacob in the chat with an interesting question. Is a 20-plus win season good enough for Bobby to stick around at ASU, or has ASU not passed the eye test enough lately? Before we get to that, we're going to answer that question when we get to the Bobby board a little bit later, so stick around for that. Obviously, DJ Horn, we've talked about him. He's getting bottle service. We've mentioned Devin Cambridge and what he did tonight, but it is time for you to get on your soapbox. Without further ado, I'll let you take it away.
Duke Brennan, he's a dog. Listen, I was getting real excited, and I know I have a tendency to be a little dramatic, but I don't think that anybody wants anything more than Duke Brennan wants it. Like, he wants it. I tweeted those exact words. Genuinely, like, and this is not at all an indictment on anybody else on this team because this is a team that plays really, really hard. I don't think anyone on this team wants it more, tries harder than Duke Brennan. And you see it every time. And I know it's a little easier when you don't play as many minutes as the starters and you're obviously younger, new to all this. But it never seems like it's too big for him. Like, he doesn't ever get intimidated. He just tries so hard. And there was a moment late in the game where, Dev is probably going to get the credit for it because he ended up ultimately getting, possessing the ball, passing it off of a Stanford player. It went out. ASU got the ball. But it was because of the effort that Duke Brennan put in on the boards to make it so that the Stanford guy couldn't get the rebound. Throughout the entire game, you kept seeing effort plays from Duke Brennan. And that, to me, is the difference. Duke Brennan, to me, is the difference in this game. Without the effort and the valuable minutes that he put in, and what he put up 10 points? No. He put up 0 points, but he put up... Duke Brennan's stats don't suggest that he did anything, which I think is ultimately who Duke Brennan is. He might not put up stats. He scored 0 points, had 1 rebound, but his effort... He's
a hustle guy.
His effort throughout the game was the difference, in my opinion. He to me, he was bottle service, in my opinion. Like I said it early on, his stats, obviously there wouldn't have been any stats to put up there other than the fact that he tried really hard. But it genuinely was the difference to me. Is his effort was noticeable from the start to the finish of the game. He was the difference. And he deserves all the flowers for it. And it's just, I know he said it a lot, but him and Austin, it gives you, obviously everything's different with the transfer portal. You don't know where anyone's going to be next year. But if they stay here, that's a future, man. That's a future.
Sam in the chat, facts. Duke's hustle on the court is unmatched, in my opinion. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. LTC also with a good one in the chat. Every squad could benefit from a Duke Brennan. That's an interesting point too, right? And I that gets tossed around. You're like, oh, Des Cambridge, great basketball player. DJ Horn, great scorer. Guys, any team could benefit from a guy like that. And in theory, they could, but every team in the nation could benefit from a guy who hustles with the minutes that he gets, like a Duke Brennan, right? And he's just a freshman, man. He's just a freshman. You imagine what he is going to do here in the next couple of seasons if he remains as a Sun Devil. And again, Duke Brennan, not a guy that's going to be, it doesn't feel like a lottery pick in the NBA, right? But this is a guy that I think when it's all said and done, I think, and this may be a reach, I think he is the next Kamani Lawrence, right? And that goes a long way because Kamani Lawrence wasn't necessarily a guy that was going for 20
he wasn't
a night, right? He obviously had his moments, which I think Duke can, but he was a guy that was really the heartbeat of this program. He was your energy guy. He was a guy that, when things were getting tough, guys in the locker room would look for an answer. And who was there? Who was the steady guy? It was always Kamani, right? I feel like Duke can be that. And that's huge because you look at how long Kamani was here. It felt like Kamani Lawrence was at this program for a decade. But I want to say he was here 5-6 seasons, which is a long time for really any sport and any collegiate program. So for him to be gone this past season and immediately this program to, I don't want to say replace, but get another guy that has those same qualities goes a long way. And to your point about the stats, you may not see Duke Brennan and what he does show up on the stats, but that hustle, that energy, that heart, that is something that those guys see in the locker room night in and night out that I don't think gets enough appreciation, even from us, but on a national level, you'll never hear them talk about it.
No. And I mean, listen, I gotta, let me take a deep breath before I get too mean.
Okay. Oh, no.
But I think
I know where this is going.
The difference, if you take away the effort and the heart that Duke Brennan plays with, do you know what you get? What do we get, Totri?
A praying mantis?
Yes.
By the name of?
You get Alonzo Gaffney. And this is not to say that Gaffney doesn't try or doesn't play hard, doesn't care, whatever. But I think it's fair to say that I and many others have struggled to see the value that Alonzo Gaffney has provided over the majority of this season. Is that fair?
No, that's fair.
Right? I don't see the clear value that he provides. He doesn't offer much on the stat sheet, and I can't say that there's
except fouls.
Except for fouls. And I can't say that there's many times, which, by the way, Gaffney went, as a starter, 0 for 3 from the field. 0 points. 5 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 2 turnovers. I don't think I'm being unfair.
No, you're not.
There's very little value provided by Alonzo Gaffney being on the court.
So you're saying Duke Brennan statistically is very similar, but the energy, the heart, and just the what he provides to the team in a non-tangible kind of way, an intangible kind of way, is the difference. Yeah.
And it's super valuable. Like you said, every team can benefit from having a guy like Duke. Absolutely.
Duke Brennan?
He's a dog.
While we're talking about dogs, let's talk about Underdog Fantasy, guys. If you're looking to make a little extra coin, got a lot going on in Arizona. I'm looking at all things the Super Bowl, guys. The pick'em, the highers, the lowers. It's an easy way to make some coin. And when I say it's easy to get started, I'm not lying. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog is going to match your first deposit up to $100. Shawn, I don't know about you, but I'm taking everything higher as it relates to Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce because it is the duo of the decade.
Yeah, the only thing, the Chiefs worry me, to be honest with you. I don't know. I am here for the birds. Give me everything higher on Miles Sanders, rush yards. Everything higher on Jalen Hurts rush yards. I think they're going to run all over. Not necessarily run all over the Chiefs, but I think they are going to try to run the ball a lot.
So you're sold on the birds.
I'm sold on the birds.
So do you know where I'm going with this next?
The baddest of birds?
The baddest of birds, Shawn.
You were out at WMO earlier, weren't you?
I was rocking the bad birdie, getting a little sunburn on the face, but it was okay because you need a little
comfy,
color. Oh, dude, I was with my brother and I told him, I'm like, feel this. This is like incredibly comfortable. And the dope thing is like I wasn't the only one out there rocking bad birdie. Yeah. Like there was a ton of people.
Because you get around golf people who like I'm not going to blame y'all. If y'all not golfers, I'm not going to blame y'all for not knowing about bad birdie. But you know the golf world knows. They know what's bad. They know what's up, and they rock the bad birdie. The streets, the course, the cart paths know about bad birdie, and you should too. And if you want bad birdie, go to badbirdiegolf.com and use promo code PHNX_sports15 for 15% off your order of the best golf apparel on the planet and the moon.
Bad birdie?
Get it on you.
Yes, sir. Let's get into Aftertaste. Why don't we? Shawn, what was airdropped into your kisser tonight?
I saw that written down there, and I was just like, I like this. Like cough medicine. Like,
okay.
like NyQuil. Dude, especially when I was a kid, I couldn't do it. Like I just could not get myself to down like liquid medicine. Couldn't do it. It was the most disgusting thing ever. We needed a win tonight. We needed something positive, but oh my God, I did not like how it went down. Yeah. I did not like how it tasted. But ultimately, it was good for us. We needed a win, and I'll take it.
I'm going to go the same route, except I'm going to go, and this feels... So I'm going to go apple cider vinegar, right? Because apple cider vinegar is supposed to be good for you. It tastes... Have you ever had apple cider vinegar?
No, I have not.
It is
I can't imagine having straight vinegar.
It is the worst thing that I've ever tasted in my entire life. Shout out my parents, because like me and my little brother, anytime that we would like fuck around and do something that we weren't supposed to do as kids, eventually like we did this so often that we got immune to like hot sauce that they used to give us. So like hot sauce wasn't ever an issue. So they resorted to apple cider vinegar. Holy shit, when I tell you that alone, if you gave that to the kids on Scared Straight, that show would be 10 minutes long.
I thought you were just going to end with give that to the kids, and I was just like, give it to the kids.
So that's what this was like. It was an apple cider vinegar shot. I felt like I was being punished for the majority of this game, but ultimately by the end of it, I'm like, you know what? It's gone. I still have the little bit of the aftertaste, but I know it was good for me and my immune system by the end of it.
Yeah. JJB saying Hornitos, and I get because, DJ Horn. But I like tequila, and I didn't like how this game tasted. Is my real...
Cheap tequila?
But it's still tequila, though.
Yeah, that's true. It gets the job done.
This is more like vodka in the sense that it was disgusting. But again, it got the job done.
Before we move on to the Bobby board, I want to get back into, I believe it was Jacob's question a little bit earlier in regards to what a 20-win season does.
Oh, no,
here. So is a 20-plus win season good enough for Bobby to stick around at ASU? Or has ASU not passed the eye test enough lately? Mind you, they now have 17 wins on the season. They play Cal, They play Cal, Colorado, and Utah in their next 3.
I think it depends on where the 3 other wins come from, to be honest. Because, I mean, the reality is they're obviously not all made equal. Yeah. Winning those next 3 would be nice. But if you won the last 3, if you lose the next 3 and you win the last 3, which, in case you don't remember, are Arizona, UCLA, and USC, that probably gets you somewhere, despite...
You think even with a loss to Cal? Yeah, probably. Too.
If you beat UCLA and U of A
on the
road, I think you're going to keep your job. I mean, probably. And also, realistically, they're probably not losing the next 3 and then winning the last 3. If they won the last 3, I'm guessing they've won 6 straight.
Yeah,
7 straight.
7 straight.
So at that point, you're definitely keeping your job. Yeah. If we're being realistic, assuming let's say they win the next 3, lose the last 3, I think you at least got to win 1 in the tournament. You got to win at least 1 game in the Pac-12 tournament.
I think regardless of what happens, if you get bounced in the first round of the tournament, there's serious conversations that need to happen, right? Because this is now 2nd year in a row that you get bounced from the Pac-12 tournament, assuming you lose, or assuming that you even have to play on day 1.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I know this last month has been very terrible, and I get people that are saying, we have to move our focus off of the tournament, like off of March Madness. But the reality is they're still very much in the race for a first round bye in the Pac-12 tournament. And if that happens, you're in postseason play. Anything's kind of possible at that point. Yeah. So it's still on the table. At least the first round bye in the Pac-12 tournament is still very much on the table. So to answer the question straight up, realistically speaking, I don't think that simply winning 20 plus games is enough. Especially without a first round bye. I think you're probably going to have to win 2, because the reality is if you don't get the first round bye, you're probably going to be playing one of the worst teams in the conference, because you will still be higher up and you'll be a 5-6 seed. So beating Cal in the first round of the Pac-12 tournament, for example, probably not enough to get the job done. Probably not keeping Bobby his job. You're probably going to have to win another one after that.
I think so. This is the recipe for Bobby to keep his job. And I think there's a way that Bobby keeps his job, even if this team misses the tournament, which is not something that I would have said
I agree.
A few weeks ago. You win the next 3.
Yes.
Okay, all winnable games. Cal, you should beat the shit out of Cal on Saturday.
Oh, my God.
Then you've got Colorado, Utah. You win those 3 games. I understand Utah is not on the same level.
Yeah, but it's a solid win.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a solid win. You have to, and I mean you have to absolutely, without a doubt, win one of your last 3. You have to beat Arizona, UCLA, or USC.
I'll take it a step further. I don't think the win over the UCLA does that. I think you have to beat or USC, excuse me. I think you have to beat UCLA or Arizona.
See, I think USC would get it done. Assuming you win the next 3, because then you would have wrapped up, you would have won, 4 of your last, or you would have ended up winning 5 of your last 7 or something like that. And you have to win at least 1 game in the Pac-12 tournament. You have to win at least 1 game in the Pac-12 tournament. You do that, you've got a 20-plus win season. You've got a quote-unquote marquee win, and what makes it a marquee win is at the time it would be over one of the top 3 teams in the Pac-12. Yeah. Obviously, USC is not ranked. It would be nice to get a win over UCLA or Arizona on the road. Those are far less realistic scenarios, given the way that ASU has played basketball over the last month and change, I would say. So, win the next 3, you beat USC, you win 1 game in the Pac-12 tournament, and you see how the cookie crumbles in terms of the big dance. I think that's enough to get the job done for Bobby. In reality, I don't think Ray is looking for a reason to fire Bobby. I think Ray is looking for a reason to keep Bobby. Yeah. Right? So you do those things. I think that's enough for Ray to have that meeting with Bobby and be like, look, we love what you've done over the last 8 years, specifically in non-conference play.
Yeah.
We think that you are the guy that can still do this for the program. You look at what he's been able to do in the transfer portal in terms of recruiting. I think it would be enough. I do think that scenario, though, that I just laid out, where this team doesn't make the NCAA tournament, then that conversation turns a little bit more serious of look, next year it is tournament or bust.
Yeah. Getting back to what we were talking about a little earlier, just right before that, about the USC thing, the reality is if even with a win over USC, Creighton's currently 23rd. There's a chance that if they don't beat UCLA or U of A, they end the season without a single ranked win, like a team that's ranked at the end of the season. Obviously, Michigan and Creighton were ranked when we played them, but was there a problem for me? But to what you were just saying, I agree with you. I do think part of it too is JJB, it just took the words right out of my mouth. And not just so much firing Herm and Bobby in the same year, but it's more to me about the fact that ASU fandom right now, I feel like it's in such a positive place.
Yeah.
With obviously mostly because of Kenny, but in general, I feel like ASU fandom is in such a positive place, and firing the basketball coach is gonna do damage to that. Obviously, if Bobby loses the next 6 games or whatever, not 7, right? Because they lose in the Pac-12 tournament too. Then I think it does more harm than good to keep him. But if you win these next 3, lose the last 3, win a game at the beginning of the Pac-12 tournament, you win 1 game in the Pac-12 tournament, even if it is over Cal, and then you lose to whoever in the second round, that's pretty borderline. And I don't know if Ray is going to want to put that kind of negative mark on just ASU athletics right now, considering how positive the vibes are.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe Ray will go the other way and be like, look, everything else is going really well. We need you to step it up, get out of here so we can, kind of turn the page on this program too and just have a completely clean slate with ASU athletics. I don't know. But I do think it is something to kind of consider, that firing Bobby, depending on how the season ends, could do more damage than it does good.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack Loader tweeting at us, ASU basketball 1-0 since he came on.
And ASU softball, not that we didn't talk about them, but
about to be 2-0.
About to be 2-0.
Just saying.
And women's tennis beat SMU that day too, the day that we had Jack on. So
going crazy.
I can't speak for any of the other programs, but as far as I'm concerned, ASU is 4-0 since Jack is on the show. Appreciate you, bro.
Also, would like to say Illegal Pete's is 1-0 since Jack Loader was on the show as well.
But Illegal Pete's was undefeated before.
That's true. We went to Illegal Pete's last night, had a great time with the meetup. I know you were looking forward to the Illegal Pete's all day.
I was. Dude, I'm trying to listen again. It has nothing to do with fuck PHNX and fuck the fact that they pay us. I was a big I've always loved Chipotle. Fuck Chipotle
just
too.
Being transparent.
I'm done with Chipotle. Why would I go to Chipotle when I got Illegal Pete's?
And you're not even, you're not even lying. Like,
no,
Illegal Pete's has so many more options.
And their queso is they could have the exact. It could be Chipotle. If there were 2 Chipotles in front of me and one of them had Illegal Pete's queso and the other one didn't, I would go to the one with Illegal Pete's queso, because that alone puts them on a different tier than.
There's so many things that put them on it. Their meats are better,
and they got margs.
The guac is better. They serve alcohol. It's cheaper. It's better, everything about Illegal Pete's surpasses Chipotle in my mind.
Such good food. It's such good food. Last night we were there with a bunch of people, of people I never met before, like people I wanted to talk to. I sat my ass down at the corner of the table and I chowed through that entire thing.
You did,
and I put queso on it, and I got a side of queso to dip my chips in. I was like, I will talk to you when I'm done.
The green chili was good too. Just saying.
Crazy. I went serving a steak, serving a chicken.
Look, guys.
Stupid.
If you didn't know, the big game is coming up, and Illegal Pete's is your go-to spot for all the pregame materials that you need. Fuel up during their happy hour all day on February 12th. Word on the street, Pat Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are going to be there munching down on some Illegal Pete's right before the game in and of itself. Just saying. That may or may not be true.
The streets are saying, but we can't confirm.
Can't confirm. Woj did not tweet that, so can't confirm.
But Gambo has not killed it yet.
There you go.
The great Trade Reaper has not killed it yet. So Kevin Garnett is a Phoenix Sun. Anything's possible.
Kevin Garnett is a Phoenix Sun?
Well, I was going with the anything's possible thing. That's kind of where.
I mean, that would technically
Kevin Durant.
Not possible.
Well, Kevin Garnett would be even crazy. Kevin Durant being a Phoenix Sun means anything is possible.
Illegal Pete's. They're going to bring the party to you.
Yeah. Illegal Pete's.
Just saying.
Get it in you.
Before we
get it
in? What are we getting it in?
No, get Illegal Pete's in you and get in Illegal Pete's. Like, go to Illegal Pete's. There's some vibe there.
Shane, in our chat, super chat. Miss you guys.
Miss you too.
Miss you, dude.
I saw him today.
It's sad. It's like he's passed.
I genuinely
it's like he's passed. Dead ass, dude. He hasn't been like.
It's funny because on the Sun show they keep asking if Saul got traded, and they're like, no, he's just doing Super Bowl stuff.
But he was a part of the KD deal.
Yeah. Shane walked in today, and I literally just got up and hugged him. Like I just needed a hug, man. I miss you, Shane.
We all miss you, Shane.
Yeah.
Come back soon, buddy.
Come back soon.
Dude, my face is so red right now.
That's because you spent all that time out.
God, look at my neck.
And you weren't wearing a Bad Birdie hat. That's like your problem.
Somebody slapped the shit out of my neck.
because you needed a Bad Birdie bucket hat, and you didn't.
I did.
And the sun went straight to your face. Shane is a part of the show, JJB. He'll be back tomorrow.
I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be on Friday. Guess we'll see what happens.
I thought
Tomorrow's Friday, not Saturday.
I thought tomorrow
it's
was
okay.
Saturday.
You've lost track of the days.
I don't know that he will be here tomorrow. He will be here Saturday, I believe.
Do you want to tell the people about what we got going on March 16th?
Hey, so I don't know if you knew this. Kevin Durant is a goddamn Phoenix Sun, bro. Yeah. He's a Phoenix Sun. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that tickets to Suns games are going to be a little pricier.
Absolutely.
Even on the Game Time app. Like, they're going to be a little pricier. So, if you're trying to get to a Suns game and see KD, do we have the offer for you?
Book, Chris Paul, DA, insert whoever the fuck you want at the 4 here.
Yeah, literally put me at the 4. I think that team's still getting buckets. And like I said, we got something for you. You can grab tickets to our next PHNX Suns Takeover on March 16th. Like I said, you can watch KD and Book take on the Magic. Who'd they get? Because they got rid of Mo Bamba. Who'd they trade him for?
Was it Pat Bev?
Yes. Yeah. You can see Pat Bev back. You can see Pat Bev push DeAndre Ayton in the back. This game they planned this like weeks ago. It got so much better than they even expected. They thought we were going to see D-Book and Ayton versus Mo Bamba. Nope. Try KD versus Pat Bev. Oh, who doesn't want to see that?
Oh, man.
Who doesn't want to see that? Tickets, $99 for the regulars, but you know what you got to do.
Be a diehard.
Come a diehard. $20 off that price. $79 for diehards. But yeah, come on out. You can hang with us for pregame activities, and you're going to receive a free PHNX t-shirt. You're getting a t-shirt and a ticket to see Kevin Durant. Come on now. Tell me that's not the best offer in the Valley. It's a better offer than
anything else.
James Jones should have offered up tickets to a Suns game and a free PHNX ticket. Yeah. He wouldn't have had to give up Mikal and Cam.
There you go.
All I'm saying.
There you go.
Buy your ticket through the link in our description, though. Diehards, like I said, check out the Discord and the Diehard website, and you'll get 20% off your order. And we got a new T-shirt.
We do,
and it's a pretty dope T-shirt.
The Slim
it goes
Reaper
goes pretty crazy. And you know what
doesn't go crazy?
His hairline.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough, but we had to be accurate. Kevin Durant doesn't seem like the kind of guy who would want us to put fake hair in.
That's fair.
He wanted us to represent him accurately.
Journalistic integrity.
But also,
yeah, exactly.
For legal purposes, this isn't Kevin Durant. Get the shirt.
It's the Slim Valley Reaper.
It's the Slim Valley Reaper. Slim Valley Reaper shirt. Get it at GoPHNX or go to the PHNXlocker.com to get your Slim Reaper shirt. And like I said, become a diehard. You get a free T-shirt. Use it on this one.
Get them before they're sold out. Honestly.
Yeah, no, those things are gonna go faster than it was made because it was made last.
They're gonna go faster than Katie's hair. Just saying. Just saying.
Tragic.
Before we get out of here, let's take a look at the Bobby board. See what's on deck for Arizona State.
Board!
Love the photo. By the way, we got a full side profile of Bobby today, which is nice.
May or may not be the same photo that was in the thumbnail, but you don't. That's a secret between you and I, Totri.
I didn't. And now anybody that listened, it's all good though. Cal on Saturday, Arizona State. Everybody in the locker room, I know you're watching me live right now. I got a message.
I miss Jalen Graham.
Y'all need to beat the shit out of Cal, okay? I need you to absolutely dump on him.
Yeah, no, and I legitimately, someone mentioned it in the chat,
20 plus.
You got to beat him by 20 plus. This game today, and look, we talked about Stanford before. Hasn't had a great season. I do think they're more talented than what they have done so far this season. They've been playing better basketball recently.
Absolutely.
Can't say that for Cal. That's a downright bad team. That's a downright bad team in the context of the Pac-12 especially. You have to dominate them because as much as a win, that's not how that works. A win is not just a win. Beating a team by 20 has more value than barely beating a team and beating them by 4 or whatever. You got to kick the shit out of a really bad team.
Tonight, you know what we got?
What's that? Connect 4, baby.
We got our first Connect 4 of the season.
And 2 of them were Stanford.
Let's
go fuck yourself.
Go. And we could get back to back. Because Saturday
we should get back to back.
We should get back.
I forgot that we played SMU earlier.
There's a chance
we got one more conference win than we thought.
That you're right. We got SMU. There's a chance that we could get 3 Connect 4s, which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Cal obviously on Saturday. The final Connect 4 will be USC.
Yeah, so 3 Connect. Oh no, because we got the sideways one earlier.
Cal Saturday. Then the following week, you've got Colorado, Utah.
No, we have 4. We have another one. We have a diagonal. Stanford, Oregon State. This is really,
and up top.
This is really bad audio. Holy God.
You're right. Absolutely.
That's why I got to watch on YouTube so you can see the Bobby board. We'll tweet it out. Check us out. PHNX _Sun Devils.
Cal, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, UCLA, USC, then Vegas. The streets are saying we may or may not get a separate Bobby board in Vegas. Can you confirm?
I don't know. The streets are talking.
Streets are talking.
I'm just a mouthpiece for the streets. I'm not going
to. Okay. We'll
see
see what the streets.
You got to stay locked in.
We'll see what is provided down the stretch. Guys, we appreciate you have enjoyed the content. Give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Tokes. You can follow the man in the chat dropping super chats, the guy we miss at Shane Deef. You can follow Sean DePaz at Sean_DePaz.
Duke Brennan's biggest supporter as always.
There we go. We will be back live for a Friday Fun Day, 2 p.m., talking everything ASU basketball, ASU softball, ASU football, a little hot or not. Who knows? Maybe KD gets mentioned once or twice on the show. You'll only know.
He's been mentioned on every show in the network.
2 p.m. tomorrow. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. Stay safe out there. Peace.